the April 2022 episode of Spartan Sports Central. I'm your host, Gracie Martinez. This year, the varsity boys soccer season will be, as they say, a season to remember. Let's look back at their historic journey. The 2021-2022 soccer season may have started on a slow note, but as momentum built, the team soon found the sky was the limit. Our Spartans finished first in district play with a 12-1-1 record. They closed the season by winning 8 of their last 9 matches, with one ending in a 0-0 draw. From there, it was on to the playoffs. The first match was played at home against Booker T. Washington, and it resulted with a 6-0 win. The next opponent, Hargrave, put up a fight, but the Spartans took the win. In the regional quarterfinals against Scarborough, the two teams played through regulation and overtime and were still knotted at 2-2. Stafford won this match in a shootout 8-7. Another exciting match unfolded in the regional semifinals against Mejia. With the score tied at 3-3, Stafford again won in a shootout 4-2. At Legacy Stadium in Katy, it was the regional finals against Salado. The Spartans were able to clip the Eagles' wings with a 4-3 win, sending them to Georgetown for the state championship semifinals.
And advancing to the state tournament, representing the 483 of the Stafford Spartan.
In that semifinal match against the Bernie Greyhounds, Stafford lost 1-7. Bernie went on to win the 4A state championship. Although our Spartans fell just short of the ultimate goal, it was an extraordinary season and will go down in Spartan history forever.
Hello, I'm here with Andrew Kim. He's part of the Stafford tennis team. So, how long have you been playing tennis?
I started in first grade.
First grade?
Yeah.
What set you down that path?
Because my cousin started playing, and then I just one day decided to pick up the racket, and then I fell in love with the sport.
What do you love most about tennis?
How even if you lose or win, you can still try to improve, and it's really fun to play.
So, what position do you play?
I play singles. Well, I played doubles last year, but since my partner was a senior and graduated, now I play singles this year.
Okay. What accomplishments have you acquired during your time with the Stafford tennis team?
Every year I win lots of medals, and last year I actually made it to regionals, but I hurt my ankle. So this year I made it to regionals again, so I'm trying to make the title of state.
So what would happen if you make it to state? Can you run me through that?
If I went to state, it would be a really big accomplishment because it's boys singles and that's never happened before.
Do you have any other hobbies?
I buy and collect shoes, and I'm trying to get back into culinary.
Culinary?
Yeah.
Talk more about that, please.
I just love cooking besides playing sports, and I enjoy cooking.
Have you been cooking for a long time?
No, I picked it up last year during virtual. Yeah.
Who's your favorite teacher here at Stafford?
My favorite teacher, I would say, is the chefs at the culinary program. They inspire me and give me lots of tips and motivation in my career at school.
What's your favorite part of being on the tennis team?
How I can motivate and dedicate myself and also inspire other kids to improve themselves.
So would you say tennis has influenced you greatly as a person?
Yes, it has made me a better person academically and also in sports.
Do you plan on taking your passion for tennis to college?
Yes, in college I plan on playing tennis, and also I want to major in business.
Yeah. do you have any specific plans for a business when you're older?
Yeah, so after college, I just want to own my own business.
Do you know what your business would be about?
Definitely in the clothing industry, like shoes and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. One last question. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out just for being there for you?
Yes, I'd like to shout out my parents and the coaches here for the tennis team. They have motivated me and they put so much thought and time into the program.
Okay. Thank you for being with us here today.
No
It's
problem.
been a pleasure.
No problem.
Now let's take a swing at singles tennis for Stafford Middle School and High School. The program has been growing over the last few years, and we spoke with head coach Tim Wood about its history and some rising stars.
Hey, Coach Wood, thank you for making time to meet with us today.
Thank you, Gracie. It's a privilege.
Yeah. Awesome. So tell me, you've got a lot going on. I believe it's tennis individuals right now, right? That we're in the middle of the season of. So tell us a little bit about how the school year's looked for tennis.
Really good, considering especially. You know, last year we had a state championship doubles team, the Carrera sisters, which was fantastic.
Yes.
And we lost them. They're not here anymore. Also, we lost 13 seniors. But I'm really proud of our team. They've stepped up in team tennis. We were growing. By the end of the season now, after a year, we have a solid varsity team for next year. So I'm really, really happy about that.
Good.
And this year in particular, we had one standout, Andrew Kim. He's been a star player. He qualified for regionals. So we're really proud of him especially. He fought really hard. So the way it works out in the district tournament is first and second place go to the regionals tournament. He actually placed third initially, but because he hadn't placed the second place team, he got to do a playback match, and so he had to play an extra match to earn his right to get there. So he did really well. Amani Carrera, she is daughter of Anthony and Rose Carrera. They live here in the neighborhood. And her twin sisters, she's not overshadowed by them, but they did win the state championship. So she, as a 7th grader, has been completely solid. She won first place in district last year in girls singles, and we expect her to repeat again in 8th grade singles this year. Very fantastic player, wonderful backhand and forehand. Her ground strokes are fantastic. Her serves are very consistent. She's just a really good player. So I've been here for about 8.5 years. That's just a little bit longer than Dr. Bostic. I came in 2014 in January as a middle school Spanish teacher. And the first year of teaching for any teacher, they can tell you, is pretty overwhelming, but I stuck with it. I'm committed to the community. I decided to move my family here, actually. Not long after starting here, I got married to my beautiful wife, Brisa, and we decided to start a family, bought a home here in Stafford. We're here for the long haul. I think tennis is cool because it has a real international audience. You know, here in the south of the U.S., football, baseball, basketball are really king, right? Track also to a degree. But when I came here about 8 years ago, tennis was a really small program. There were only about 10 to 15 people on the roster, and I'm really grateful for Coach Goldberg. He has helped me to build this program. We've gone out and recruited people, and most of the players that we get are beginners. They've never played before. They've never played, never got a racket. We have a bunch of loaner rackets. They come out, they come to 8th period or they come to practice and they learn the sport with us. And then they progress from junior high or from whatever grade they joined us in high school, and hopefully by the time they're a junior or senior, they're competitors.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias por su tiempo.
Claro que sí, a la orden.
So that was fun. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck. I know you guys are going to the region tournament.
That's right,
coming
later
up
today.
Awesome. Well, good deal. We'll be in touch with you soon, Coach Wood, and expecting great things from the team.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Our Spartan Sports Central student reporter, Esther Bancole, sat down with Spartan's tennis star, Amani Carrera.
Hello, I'm here with Amani Carrera. She is a part of the Stafford tennis team. So how long have you been playing tennis?
I think I've been playing around 7 years.
7 years? So since how old were you?
6.
6 years old. Why have you been playing for so long? Like, what's the draw for it?
I guess I just saw my sisters and they were kind of who I looked up to, so I just continued playing tennis with them.
Can you tell me more about your sisters?
They're not here with us right now. They're somewhere in a boarding school, and they've stopped playing tennis, and they actually, before they left in May, they went and won state for our school.
Oh. Do you play singles, doubles?
I play singles, and I also play doubles, but not as much.
What accomplishments are you proud of?
Last year, not to flex, but last year I won district without losing any games, so.
Oh. What's your favorite part of being on the Stafford tennis team?
Again, not to flex, but I am like kind of like the best person on the team, so I like helping the other students get better. Like, I remember seeing one of my teammates improve, and I was like, oh wow, that's really great. I kind of contributed to that.
That's great. What's your favorite class at the STEM Magnet Academy?
I've always really liked science because of like the hands-on stuff that we get to do.
One last question. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out in your life right now?
Myself.
Okay, it's been great having you. I'd love to talk to you again. You've been a pleasure.
You too.
Stay with us. There's more Spartan Sports Central to come. He's training up an entire team of karate kids. Up next, let's talk with Grandmaster G. Welcome back to Spartan Sports Central. I'm your host, Gracie Martinez. We know you'll get a kick out of this next story. We caught up with Grandmaster G from our Kickstart program, who's here to tell us about the students. Hey, Master G, it's good to have you.
Gracie, thank you very much for having me.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about Kickstart. What is the program and why it's important for the students?
Sure. Kickstart Kids, basically we teach character through karate. It's a supplement of PE, so they have a choice to either go into PE, athletics, or take karate as a activity elective. So basically they get to start in 6th grade all the way on through basic 6th through 8th in middle school. But for those that want to continue to achieve their black belts and beyond, they will continue on in high school.
Awesome. I love that. So tell me about your time at SMSD. What have you kind of seen with the program and how long you've been here?
Sure. I started here in 2015. Basically, there's been a lot of changes. We've really tried to grow the program, really try to make it prestigious. We have kids that have won numerous state titles, regional titles, national titles, and believe it or not, even world titles. So we have had kids travel to Greece, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Philippines, Japan, Spain, Italy. So we have kids that have literally traveled through, 20, 30 countries already, and they're still in school. They're a great representation of the program. They're very respectful, disciplined, hardworking. Overall, just very nice students that are willing to help anyone that needs any help.
So tell us about some of I know you've got a lot of great students in the program, but tell us about a couple that have maybe stood out this school year.
Sure thing. First one I'd like to talk about is Miss Trisha Nguyen. So she's a senior student. She's also been in Kickstart since 6th grade. So she was one of my very first students in 6th grade, and she's now a senior. I believe she's also top 5% of her class, involved with National Honor Society, DECA. The last 3 tournaments she's done, she's cleaned house. She's undefeated this year, so she's won first place in every division. Also won 3 back-to-back overall adult black belt grand champion, actually. And the next one would be junior Pham. So Aaron started my second year here in Stafford. Also very involved in the program. Also part of the demo team. Also involved with ROTC. I know he gets good grades. That I know. I'm not sure where he's at, but I know he gets good grades.
So tell us a little bit about you, because I understand when we first met, I would call you Master G, and I understand there was a recent change there. Sure. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So recently I did get promoted to my 7th degree black belt, which then changes my title from Master Gorgolis to Grandmaster Gorgolis. I have been with Kickstart Kids for 12 years. Originally, I was born in the Philippines, grew up in New Jersey, lived in New York, lived in California before moving out here to Texas. I am a member of the National Karate Team, so I pretty much represent the United States at a lot of international and world events. I have 46 world titles in 5 different organizations. Recently, I've been inducted into the Legacy Hall of Fame, as well as Masters Hall of Fame, Legends of Martial Arts Hall of Fame, ITO Hall of Fame. I a couple other Hall of Fames that I don't remember. So it's been a great career so far, but definitely, I'm not finished yet. So it's definitely, I feel like I've got a lot more work, a lot more to give. My biggest goal is to make my students as successful as possible, even more successful than me, and watching a lot of my kids have been with me in 6th grade. They are now, 8th, 9th, 10th, and so on. And really watching your students grow and succeed, I think really is one of the biggest compliments, someone can achieve as an instructor. And I'm beyond proud of all my students, of their hard work and dedication, and the fact that, again, it doesn't take overnight to get your black belt, It doesn't take a week, it doesn't take a month, it doesn't take a year, minimum of 4 years plus.
So tell me, you had mentioned something about the black belt. Can you tell me a little bit about what the belts in Kickstart represent?
Sure. When the students start, they start off as a white belt, and they progress basically twice a year. They test for a belt. So the first is white. Then we have purple, then orange, blue, green, red, black, and then black. So basically, white belt signifies brand new student, pure. So obviously their belt is nice and clean. But after years and years of training, basically it gets dirtier and dirtier, with mud and blood and sweat and tears until the belt turns black. But really, when you wash the belt, underneath all of that, it's still a white belt. So basically our motto is a black belt is a white belt that never quit.
I love that. Very, very cool. Is there anything, I've never done karate before, but is there any basic things that you could show me?
Sure, absolutely. So actually, I'm going to teach you how to break a board. Okay, now the reason we break board, again, is the commitment part. Following through, you know what I mean? And believing in yourself. So believing in yourself that you can do this, commit and follow through. And I have no doubts that I know you're going to be able to break this. So what I'm going to have you come right now is I'm going to have Zachary Reichling coming up. So Zach is a freshman in high school. So he's going to hold the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the mic for you. Okay? So you're going to have your left leg forward like this. We call this a forward stand. You're going to get in a little bit closer. You're going to make a fist. So we're going to hold our hand open like this. So we're going to make a proper fist. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. Now we call this a hammer fist because you're going to hammer. You're going to hit with the bottom here, and you're going to hit it at the center of the board. So right now we're not actually going to break it yet. We're just going to go here, bring it around, over the head, and just kind of aim to where you're going to hit. Okay, very good. Down, and then from here, hit. Okay, and then you're going to do a kia. Kia is a yell. So we go, "Aya!" and then go all the way through. Look through the board. Okay? So when you're ready, we're going to go 1. Ready? 1. Okay. Good. Then 2. Bring it around again. And on 3, you're going to go through. And kia loud. And 3. All right. Way to go.
Thank you so much for your time. We loved hanging out with you and getting to know more about the program and yourself.
Our student reporter, Esther Bancole, sits down with Trisha Nguyen to talk about her journey with Kickstart Kids.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. My name is Esther Bancole. I'm here with Trisha Nguyen. She is part of Stafford's Kickstart Karate program. So, how long have you been part of the Kickstart program?
I think currently I'm going on to 7. So currently I'm a senior and I signed up in 6th grade, so the whole year.
What was the process of signing up with the program?
Well, normally we do the course selection sheet, and as I'm going on to being a 6th grader in middle school, I decided to sign up when I saw karate.
So what's your favorite part of being a member?
Honestly, there's a lot of things I really like about karate, but I think the main thing is even though I'm also learning a lot of new techniques in karate, I think the people around me, because I've grown to do some nice friendships and long-term relationships with my teammates.
What's one relationship you'd like to shout out right now?
I think currently my teammate Pham, because I've known him since he was, when I was joining 6th grade, he wasn't in it yet, but when I grew up to being a 7th grader, he was 6th grader, and now I kind of see him grown, and as I leave next year, he's going to be a person that I'm going to kind of lead up and be a leadership next year.
Okay. What achievements have you gained through the program?
Well, currently I'm a 2nd degree black belt, so that's cool as I moved on and ranked up, but also I've been able to compete and I've been able to gain some state championships as well.
How has the program influenced you as a person?
Well, other than, learning punch and kicks, I think it's truly just character through karate, and I think I've kind of just grown out of my shell and gotten more confident, and now I just feel like I'm truly who I am.
Are you part of any other clubs or organizations?
Well, today's actually polo day, so I'm currently wearing the NHS shirt and also in a couple other ones like DECA, Sunshine On Society, and like Suko.
What hobbies do you have?
Hobbies? Well, honestly, karate takes a lot of time, so I think my secondary hobby would mostly be film photography, as I'm also a part of like film crew and like going around and taking photos.
Do you plan on continuing film or karate in college?
I think it will always be kind of a side thing for me. I mean, like during college, I'll be focused on my studies, but I think it's something that I can always put time to and have fun inside.
Okay. If you can shout out one person in your life right now, who would it be?
I had to go with Master G as he's an instructor, or also known as Ramel Gabriles, since he's been there since 6th grade. And the thing is, like, with that type of relationship, he's been a teacher that has been there constantly for me.
Thank you for joining us here today. It's been a pleasure having you. Love to see you next time.
Coming up next, we'll introduce you to another Kickstart member. Welcome back. Our next player is another outstanding member of the Kickstart program. Student reporter Esther Bankole takes a jab at Pham's story.
Hello, my name is Esther Bankole. I'm here with Pham, who is a part of the Stafford Kickstart Karate program. So, Aaron, how long have you been part of the Kickstart program?
I've been in the Kickstart Kids program for 6 years, so when I was back in 6th grade.
So what's your favorite part of being part of the program?
I want to say my favorite part of being in the program is letting like the underclassmen looking up to you. I thought that was like pretty cool because I have a like high position of like setting an example for the underclassmen.
Can you talk more about that?
So I'm a first degree black belt. I also be coaching the underclassmen too, so helping out a little bit, so teaching a little bit.
Okay. What achievements are you most proud of?
The most achievement I'm most proud of is being elected by Team Gypsy, so I am now a sponsored athlete.
What goes into being sponsored?
So I'll be competing around Central Texas, competing out of state, pretty much representing the state of Texas.
How has the Kickstart program influenced you as a person?
Kickstart also teaches like different characters through martial arts, so they teach me honesty, respect, courage, and all that, and you can apply that to daily life.
Okay. Are you a part of any other clubs or organizations?
I am. I'm part of the Army JRTC.
What other hobbies do you have?
Other hobbies that I do is in my off time I usually go to the gym, also still train, and pretty much still teach little kids too, so yeah.
Do you plan on continuing karate once you go into college?
I do. My goal right now is to start making a name for myself, and then later on in the future, maybe get into like acting or like stunts and everything. So that's my goal right now.
One last question. If there's one person in your life you could shout out, who would it be and why?
I want to shout out to my instructor, Ramel Gargolis. He's been with me since day one when in the program. Made me a whole different person now. Yeah, I don't know much more I can say. But yeah.
All right. Thank you for joining us here today. It's been a pleasure, and I'd love to see you again.
Thank you for joining us and for supporting our Stafford Spartan teams. We hope you'll join us again in May 2022 for the final episode of the school year, where we will profile more of our standout players and coaches.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.